Hi Capricorn, welcome to your mid-July 2017 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. So this will be for the last half of the month, and it can be any area of your life. You're coming out of that very intense full moon in your sign, so maybe some things have kind of shifted in your life. Who knows? Let's see here. Whoa, I don't get a lot of reverse cards anymore. Okay, these cards came up together. These will be both the cards of challenge. So for you, I'm getting some unusual situations here. Okay. So let's look at what is happening here. Okay. Well, let's start at the centerpiece here. This is kind of like the general theme for this time in your life. The Hierophant card in reverse. Now let's talk about the Hierophant in the upright position. This is the card of the pillars of society. This is the card of marriage. So if it's in the reverse position, there may be a situation where somebody is getting divorced. And you do have all those hits to your 7th house because you have a lot of Cancer activity. And actually, Mars has recently been in Cancer, will be going into your 8th house in Leo, where a lot of activity is also going to be at the end of the month. But until the 21st, it will be in your 7th house, and that can be a lot of kind of upheavals and what do you want to call it? I'm just putting that upright so that you can see it better. But there, with Mars in the 7th house, there can be a lot of conflict within a committed partnership. Even legal action, you know, the 7th house can be legal action. And I do get for the past position the card of like leaving and moving to an area of greater harmony. So in a relationship, if there's a lot of conflict, you may separate yourself from that. This can actually be physically moving, however, and to a new location. What I would say about that Hierophant in reverse, it can be for a Capricorn person that you are rejecting the status quo for whatever reason. And this could even be in a business situation where, for instance, you work in a corporation and you're tired of the groupthink. You're tired of having to conform to these other people. And why would you be like this? Because you're typically the type of person who's all in for that sort of thing. Well, you have Pluto, you know, maybe at the time of that full moon when there was a conjunction with Pluto, it made you say enough is enough and I want to change my life. And this is making me unhappy. Just because somebody is a Capricorn doesn't mean that they're going to love working a 9-to-5 job. Doesn't mean that they're going to love working in a corporate environment. Everybody's an individual. You're not just your sun sign, okay? So, you know, that kind of thing, for some of you, maybe you're up to here with that kind of mentality where people don't see you as an individual. And, you know, you're right next door to Aquarius, so some of you can have personal planets, one or more, in Aquarius, which is very nonconformist. So that may be a part of your basic personality. What I'm seeing here for the present time is the 6 of Pentacles. I've been picking this card a lot. And you see that the person is holding scales. Now, is one scale a scale? We would say scales when there's like the two. And this means that you're seeking fairness in a particular situation. And I would say especially when it comes to the money that you are receiving and by extension, the benefits, you know, maybe you feel like someone that works in the same environment is getting paid more. Maybe they have to do less and you're not having it. I definitely can see that there may be some issues around going along with the program and you saying, no, I want to do things differently, and you may have already taken steps to do so. But perhaps the impetus or the thing that made you do it was that desire for parity, for fairness. The higher message, so this is like a spiritual look at the situation, is Eight of Wands in reverse. There may have been some crossed signals. Maybe there's a misunderstanding with people in your environment, and that led to, even in personal relationships, you did not understand each other. Sometimes there can be things that happen all of a sudden. The Eight of Wands is typically things happening, just coming about all of a sudden, and you were not prepared. You were not prepared to act, and therefore maybe you missed an opportunity, but maybe also the timing was not right for you to do certain things. And this is like, I feel like it's kind of saying that everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And if you still feel a little bit, you know, because that Hierophant is in the reverse position, right now you may be feeling a little bit up in the air, or that's not really what I'm thinking. You may be feeling like things are a little bit awry. It could be a fallout from all of that full moon energy that was just recently. And of course the cycles for these moons until the 23rd of July, when we have a new moon in Leo, there is that 2-week window where the full moon is the energy that is still in activation. So there could be things that have to kind of get finalized along the way. And don't worry about things so much. As I have stated in some of my prior videos with Capricorn, including I did a purely astrological video for your sign, and you can find it on my channel for July. I talk about how Pluto is influencing Capricorn and also Uranus. So Uranus is in Aries currently, and that's your 4th house of home and family. So there can be surprises on the home front that shake you up, shake you to your core, and really that would be kind of turning things upside down, because, you know, the 4th house is a very traditional house. What is more traditional than home and family? And I would say if you live in America, it's apple pie too, because it's like, you know, everything that's the old-fashioned values of life. Not organic key lime. We're talking about apple pie. We're talking about old-fashioned values. Okay. And gluten-free, not organic, gluten-free, shade-grown key lime, quinoa crust pie. We're talking about good old-fashioned American apple pie. Just if you live in America, of course. So these are the cards that are related to the areas of challenge for you. We've got the 4 of Pentacles, a card of possible over-control with money issues. You may be doing something. This is typical for Capricorn in the sense that you are, you know, being Pentacles, earth element, you are a very good money manager. But this card sometimes also relates to being too materialistic or too stingy, trying to hold on way too tightly to something that may not be enough for you anymore. So for instance, when I go back to that example of the corporate environment, you may be tempted if something pays a lot, but if you're desperately unhappy, there's no amount of money in the world that can really make up for that kind of unhappiness. And then you get also the Hangman card. And so, oh, and by the way, this could also be looking at things from like, okay, if I do get divorced, will I get what I deserve? Will the other person take too much from me and you're holding on to that? This is also a card of like, I need to get what I deserve from this situation. So if it's a divorce situation, one thing I would say again is, do you want to degrade yourself by quibbling too much about money? This is about, the Hangman card is about not having the ability to kind of just allow the situation to work out for itself the way it's supposed to. In other words, you're trying to force things too much. And you need to like step back. After you've done what you can, then it's time to step back and allow other things to kind of, allow the universe to take over. And really believe that it's not something that you have to control, micromanage every aspect of whatever is happening. The advice is represented by the Queen of Swords. This is about really being head over heart, allowing your emotions to be at bay and being much more logical about the situation at hand, not letting your emotions make you irrational in whatever is happening. This could also deal with the legal system. If it's somebody, maybe it's a female lawyer, a female judge, some kind of a legal counselor that you employ or that you consult. Could be an air sign person, maybe it's a paralegal, maybe it's somebody who knows about the law, a law student, that so you can find out. In these kinds of professional situations, this person could be like a mediator, human resources at work, and they may be trying to get you something that you deserve in that arena as well. I do think you're going to emerge victorious because we have, this is the card of victory. Now you see that the person's holding on to the horse's reins, and this is to symbolize being able to control your thoughts and focus your thoughts where you want them instead of allowing yourself to get out of control. Let, you know, the wild horses of your mind getting the best of you. Maybe you have a lot of irons in the fire right now, and you have to. It's like meditation. Meditation would be a great thing for you to do because you may be going through a lot of transition, Capricorn, at this particular time in your life, and you need to have everything, you need to have your wits about you. And I feel like you will. I feel like you're going to be successful. One thing that I wanted to tell you, and I didn't consider the scenario, is that this may be an estate issue with an inheritance because there is going to be a lot of activity in your 8th house of other people's money come the last half of the month because there's going to be Leo, the sun going into Leo on the 22nd. The day before, Mars goes into your 8th house. Mars can be a lot of conflict. So you may be kind of, this may have been something that just came about. Uranus in the 4th house can bring surprises. Maybe there was some property that nobody knew about that suddenly appeared and everybody's fighting about it. So the thing that I want to leave you with is, yes, you are an earth sign. There's no question about that. And maybe money to you represents something more than it does to somebody else. But regardless, There's not one penny that any of us can take with us when we leave this world. So money is a tool for this world. It's not a tool for immortality. And if something is in your life that is really tearing you apart, choose peace. That's what this card is, choosing peace. The Six of Swords. And yes, you deserve fairness, but at what price? You know, fairness comes from, it's an internal thing. It's not, we can't seek justice from outer events because we don't know the totality of things. We only know this moment in time. We don't know our karmic connection to whatever is happening. And it's easy to feel that we are being treated unfairly and that we're victims, but we don't know, in some cases, what really transpired that brought us to this moment. So it's better to always deal with things from the highest vibration. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you'd like a private reading with me, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have an awesome rest of July. Capricorn. Bye.